Dear everyone, good morning. This is Sunday, February 11, 2024, and welcome, Sudoku friends, to the New York Times Hard Sudoku of today. It's 6 a.m., and we will get started right away with, I think, a 9. These 9s block down here. We have a 9 blocking across here. A 9 must go here. Since we must have a 5 either here or here because of this 5 blocking over, we know that a 5 for this block here has got to go here, here, or here. And we can figure out where, because this 5 blocks here. And since this 5 blocks across here and this 5 blocks up, we know that one of these must be at 5. Therefore, this can't be at 5. And the 5 has got to go in the corner here. We have a 6 here and here blocking these squares. This 6 blocks across, so 6 goes here. We're going to have a 2 here or here because this 2 blocks across. One of these must be a 2, and by the way, the 2 blocks up, so the 2 goes here. But my point was going to be that one of these is a 2, therefore none of these can be a 2, and this 2 blocks here. And that's the reason one of these must be a 2. Since we found the 2 here and we have this 2 as well, these 6 squares can't be 2s. So a 2 must go here. 2 blocks across here and down here, one of these is a 2, along with one of these, of course. A 1, 5, and a 9 here. This 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here. So here's a 9, and these must now be a 1 and a 5. An 8 here and here block these squares, and this 8 blocks these 2 squares. That's why we have an 8 here. We have this 9 blocking across and this 9 blocking across and this 9 blocking down. So here's a 9. We have 2 8s blocking these squares. We have an 8 blocking this square, so this must be an 8. This 8 and this 8 block these squares here, and this 8 blocks across here. So the corner must be an 8. We do remember that one of these had to be a 2, right? We don't need to analyze that any further now. So we can just enter the 2 here. We also remember that one of these must be a 2. So since this 2 blocks across, we know that the 2 must go here. Before we found this 2, it could have been a 6, but now it can't. And since we have these 2 6s blocking across here, this must be a 6. 1, 4, 7 here. 1 and 7 force a 4 to go here. And these must be a 1 and a 7. 1, 3, 8 here. 3 and 8 forces a 1 to go here. And now a 3 and an 8 here. We do remember, I'm sure, that these 2 squares must be a 1 and a 5. The 1 now forces a 5 to go here, and this must be a 1. 5 here and here block across here, and this 5 blocks here as well, so here's a 5. We need a 4, 6, and a 7 for these 3 empty squares. There's a 6 blocking here, there's a 6 blocking here, so this must be a 6. We have a 4 blocking across here, therefore one of these must be a 4, and therefore this must be a 4, and this must be a 7. 5 and 8 here, 5 blocks over, 8 here, 5 here. 8 blocks down, 8 blocks across and 8 blocks across, 8 here. I'm sure we remember that these must be a 1 and a 7, therefore these must be a 5 and a 4. Let's see if we can do anything intelligent with that. I'm not sure. But we can set a hook somewhere else. By the way, I do notice that we have a 1 and a 7 here, and we have a 1 and a 7 here, and we have a 1 and a 7 here. So this is not going to be a 1, it's not going to be a 7. Let me see if we can find out what it's going to be without resorting to a unique rectangle. But since it can't be a 1 and it can't be a 7, and we only have 3 empty squares in this block here, it follows that it must be a 3. But let's try and figure out what it's going to be by other means than the knowledge of a unique rectangle. We can play over here because these had to be a 3 and an 8, and we found the 8, so we might as well enter a 3 here and an 8 here. This 3 blocks across here, this 3 blocks across, this 3 blocks up. We have a 3 here. Now we have a 4 blocking these 2 squares, and we have a 4 blocking these 3 squares, so this must be a 4. And in addition to the 2 in one of these 2 squares in row 1, we also need a 1. This 1 blocks up here, so this must be where the 2 goes, and this must be where the 1 goes. We need a 1, 3, and a 4 for these squares. We have a 3 and a 4 blocking here, so here's a 1. This 1 blocks here and here, therefore one of these must be a 1 blocking here and here, therefore this is a 1. Remember the 1, 7 here? Now the 7 goes here and the 1 here. The 7 blocks up, therefore this is a 7. And as I predicted, this square couldn't be a 1 and it couldn't be a 7. Now we know that it is a 3. This 3 blocks across here. Here's a 3. Now we have a 3 here, and we have a 3 here, and we have a 4 here, and here we have a 5. Therefore, we have a 5 here and a 7 here. That gives us a 7 up here. The 7 blocks across. These 2 7s block here and here. Therefore, we have a 7 here. Here we're looking for a 2, and the 2 can't go here, it must go here, and we also need a 4. Here, a 4 and a 6. The 4 blocks over, here's a 6, here's a 4. 6 blocks over, giving me a 6 for the first column, and this last square's got to be a 1. This can only be a 2, and these must be a 9 and a 6. The 6 blocks up, here's a 9, and here's a 6. 9 blocks up, 9 goes here. This must be a 1. And that's it. Thank you for watching. See you back here again tomorrow. Bye for now.